What's up, Animanjians? So we got some, I wouldn't say news, but we got some new images from the new Aquaman movie. I think DC's only outing this year, period. I think that's pretty interesting that DC decided to kind of take a break this year, just kind of let Marvel own it, and just come out with one movie at the end of the year. Next year's going to be a little bit more DC, but this year we're only getting one movie, and it's Aquaman of all movies. So, in my opinion, I feel like that has to be a very strong film for it to be their only outing here, and for it to be coming out in December, which I believe is a prime time to release a movie like that. So if it underperforms, everyone's going to know. It's probably going to be all over the news and everything. I feel like they can't fail with this movie, and honestly, they really shouldn't. And I'm going to put this poster up because this is what was released. There's a new poster for Aquaman, and honestly, it doesn't look bad. You see Arthur Curry here. He seems to be, I'm not sure if this is his throne or just a piece of coral. But, you know, he's around, a lot of sharks are surrounding him. Seems like he's just chilling. It's not bad. It's not a bad poster at all. I'm happy that we finally are seeing some kind of promotional material for this, because the movie is coming out, you know, in a few months. I mean, I feel like for a movie this big, a movie that really can't fail, you know, they really should have been marketing this movie a while ago. And while we all knew it was coming, I haven't seen anything for the movie at all. I think maybe one picture a while ago, just I guess to remind everyone that the movie still exists. So we finally get an official poster, and James Wan released a photo from the trailer that's supposed to be releasing later this week. Now, I am not a huge fan of Aquaman, the character. I've always felt like his powers were lame, and they've definitely tried to make him more interesting in the, you know, years that he's been published or whatever. And some of those iterations have worked, and some have failed horribly. So what I really want to know is, are they going to make him a more interesting character? While he wasn't bad in Justice League, I don't know, it's just something about him that I just can't get with. And it could just be a preference thing. Maybe I just don't like the character, and no matter what they do, I'm just not going to feel him. I did feel like he was one of the better parts of that film, but that's not saying much considering that Justice League was complete and utter garbage. So, you know, you find something good in a pile of garbage, you know, it's still found in a pile of garbage. And that's just how I feel about Aquaman as a whole. So yeah, I've never really liked the character that much, and I'm really hoping that they find a way to just make him better. Okay, you have James Wan as a director. I feel like James Wan has done, first of all, he has a fantastic track record with horror films, and then he did a wonderful job on the Fast franchise. There's really no reason why this movie can't at least be watchable. And that's really all I want from DC right now. Can you make a movie that's watchable? And can you make a character that's interesting, a character that I care about? So far, the only character that they've done right is Wonder Woman and Superman in the first Man of Steel. I have no idea why so many people hate that movie, but I thought that was one of the better DC outings after the Dark Knight trilogy. I feel like that was pretty good. Wonder Woman, of course, was pretty good as well. So I'm like, you know, DC definitely has it in them to create a story that makes sense, that's coherent, with a character that we care about, and we care what happens and all of that. So my question is, are they going to do this with this? They have the right director. They have what I believe an adequate actor. Jason Momoa doesn't really have an amazing track record when it comes to his filmography, but he didn't do a bad job portraying Aquaman the few times that he's done so. So how can you fail? How How can you fail? But I mean, DC, they find a way. Okay, no hate on DC. I actually really care about the DC characters a lot. I grew up watching Justice League and Batman the Animated Series and the Superman show and all of that. Seeing those characters on the big screen was a big deal, I think, to me and a lot of other people. I don't feel like the hate for DC is just coming out of nowhere. I feel like it's because we grew up with these characters, and you guys just you bring them to the big screen in a way that we just don't like. And it's like, why are you doing this? It's like the backlash with the new Star Wars movies. I mean, people are acting like everyone who was watching those movies are like crazy or something and they're fanatics. Or maybe you're taking some characters that they grew up with and you're doing things to them that people just aren't fond of. You can't try to bank on what's the word? Nostalgia, and then, obliterate it. It doesn't make any sense. So, and it's not going to work in the long run, especially if you have an entire universe that you're trying to create here, okay? People have to want to come back and see the other movies. Clearly, I feel pretty passionate about this. Not just Aquaman, but just DC as a whole. I really want them to do a better job because they can. There's no reason why we should have all of these movies that are just terrible. There's no reason for it. And hopefully this year break that they've taken will help them get to a better point. Aquaman tells the story of Arthur Curry, a half-human, half-Atlantean outcast who teams up with an Atlantean warrior princess, Mira, to try and stop Curry's half-brother, Orm, from going to war against the surface world. Sounds kind of Black Panther-ish to me, but, it could work. If they really have something important to say and it's legitimate and it's coherent and it makes sense, I feel like that story could definitely work. It's nothing new. It's not, it's not industry changing, but it could definitely work. I'm tempering my expectations for this movie. I'm definitely going to watch it when it comes out, and I can't wait for the trailer. I think the poster looks pretty cool. I think Jason Momoa looks pretty cool. But we'll see. We'll see in a few days, I guess, if they release it then. What do you guys think of the poster? Do you agree with my arguments about Aquaman and DC? Or do you think that I need to shut up? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you have not done so already, go ahead and click that subscribe button so that you can get more content like this, which contains movie news, reviews, and reactions from your boy Derek right here at Animanjians. Until next time, stay dope.